Welcome back friends once again in this video tutorial of Anita Bioconcept, and today I am going to discuss about disaggregation of tissues in case of animal cell culture. So how we can perform animal cell culture, how we can initiate animal cell culture, it has been discussed in my previous video tutorial. So if you want to understand this topic, you can watch that video tutorial, and in that video tutorial I had told that in my next upcoming videos I will be discussing about the various steps such as disaggregation of cell as well as contamination by different types of sources or by different sources. So here I am with you all to discuss on the topic disaggregation of tissue. So we know that and I had told in my previous video tutorial that disaggregation of tissues can be achieved by three different processes named as mechanical method of disaggregation, enzymatic method of disaggregation, as well as by the treatment of ethylene diamine tetracetic acid, or in short we can say that EDTA treatment. So in this video tutorial I am just going to discuss about the disaggregation of cells. So first of all I am just writing the topic. Disaggregation of tissues or cells, okay. And there are three methods I had told about, and what are those methods? Those methods are mechanical method, enzymatic method, and third one is ethylene diamine tetraacetic treatment or EDTA treatment method, okay. These all methods are for the disaggregation of tissues. Tissues are being disaggregated, and after that those cells are being cultured, okay. So one by one we will see. First of all, in case of mechanical disaggregation, what is being done? Tissues are chopped into small pieces. So first of all, what is there? Tissues are being chopped into small pieces. Tissues are chopped into small pieces, and after that they are cultured into, separate or another culture vessel. After that they are being cultured, okay. Now tissue pieces can attach to the substrate by their self-adhesiveness property. Now the tissues can attach or adhere to the substrate either by their own adhesiveness. So clotted plasma may be used, okay. Clotted plasma may be used, or dish may be, or the culture vessels we are using, or culture vessels or dishes we are using, they can be scratched to provide the attachment. Dishes or culture vessels can be scratched so that the tissues can attach, okay. The cells can attach, tissues can attach. Now cells are able to grow from tissue pieces which are trypsinized, and after that they are being subcultured, okay. After that cells are able to grow, and after that they are trypsinized, and after that their subculturing is done. After that their subculturing is being done, okay. So this is about the mechanical After that what happens? After that explants may be, what is the fate of explant, okay. So there can be two type of conditions that explant may suffer. They can be retained in the same vessel, they can be retained in the same culture vessel, or they can be transferred into another culture vessel. they can be transferred into another culture vessel to obtain their further growth. Okay, to obtain their further cell growth, to obtain the further cell growth. So this is about the mechanical disaggregation of tissues. Now what about the enzymatic method? In case of enzymatic disaggregation, there are two enzymes which are known as the most common enzyme, which are known as the most preferred enzyme. And what are those two enzymes? Those two enzymes are trypsin and collagenase. Trypsin and collagenase enzyme. Okay, some other enzymes are also there. Some other enzymes can also be used, such as elastase, mucase, papain. So these are some other enzymes which can be used to disaggregate the tissues. Okay, so there are two types of enzyme which are most commonly used, trypsin and collagenase. Now question arises, why trypsin? What are the advantages of trypsin? Okay, so trypsin is basically used because most of the cells can tolerate the trypsin. Trypsin is being tolerated by most of the cells, and it is generally effective for all types of tissues also. So these are the two main advantages. That's why trypsin is being the most commonly preferred enzyme. So what are those points? It is being tolerated by most cells, as well as it is effective for most of the tissues. So these are 2 points, and that's why the trypsin is being most commonly used enzyme. And one more advantage, one more plus point of trypsin is that its residual activity is neutralized by using serum in case of serum free media. Okay, so residual activity, its residual activity is neutralized. Residual activity is neutralized by using serum in case of serum free media. So these are some of the points where trypsin, for being the using of trypsin as the most commonly preferred enzyme for the enzymatic disaggregation process or method. Now the cells are dissociated, or the cells which have been dissociated. Now the dissociated cells are collected, washed and cultured. They are collected, washed and cultured. Okay. Now there are some effect of trypsin. We cannot say that these are the disadvantages, but actually these are the effect of trypsin. So let's see what are the effect of, or we can say also that this is the disadvantage also. So what is that? It may be damaging. Okay, it may be damaging, not in all the cases it is going to damage, but it may be damaging, for example epithelial cells. It is ineffective for the fibrous tissues. It is ineffective in case of some fibrous tissues. So these are the effect of trypsin. So in case of several normal as well as malignant tissues, we do not use the trypsin enzyme. We use, or we disaggregate those type of normal as well as malignant tissues by the help of collagenase enzyme. Okay, various normal and malignant tissues are being disaggregated by collagenase enzyme. Okay, now we know that epithelial tissues require some of the ions such as calcium ions and magnesium ions to maintain their integrity. Okay, so in case of epithelial tissues, they require to maintain their cells integrity magnesium ions as well as calcium ions, and EDTA is used. So about the EDTA treatment, about the EDTA treatment. Then after for this, EDTA is used for the disaggregation of tissues prepared in balanced salt solution. So EDTA treatment is used for the disaggregation, and it is generally prepared in balanced salt solution. Okay, balanced salt solution. This treatment is used for the separation of cells for the culture of established epithelial tissues. So this is the method EDTA treatment, and basically this treatment is going to be used for the cell separation or separation of cells from established culture of epithelial tissues. So this is all about the different types of methods which are being carried out to disaggregate the tissues, or disaggregation of tissues are being possible by the help of these three methods: mechanical method, enzymatic method, as well as by the treatment of EDTA, ethylene diamine tetraesteric acid. So with this, thank you all. If you like this video, please subscribe my channel.